This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
The After Party live on a Hide in Your Cave Monday. Hi, everybody. How are you? Nice to have you along for the ride. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that over the weekend, we, as a group, because there's 0% chance this happens with just me by myself. This is all of us working together. And I think that's what makes it really the most incredible thing. We are in first place. Saw it over the weekend and thought, okay, wow. And then we went from like 37,000 votes to crack the 40,000 vote mark. Okay, you know that I was happy in fourth place. And then I thought, ooh, third place, that's really fun. Can you believe this? Now the voting is open until July 1st. And that means, anything can happen, right? I can't bank on the fact that we're going to win this thing, but it's a possibility. And if we win, it's because of all of you voting over and over and over again. What are we going to do with all of our free time when this thing is over on July 1st? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do have the link, though. I will put the link up in the chat for anybody who needs it, who wants to throw some votes down. You can vote as many times as you would like, and that goes on again until July 1st. And thank you to everyone who has voted and who is excited about this whole thing, because I just feel like it's such a group effort. I really love it. So there it is. There's the, yeah. Oh, tomorrow at midnight? Is that when it's over? Okay, so yeah, we have one more day of voting. How cool is this? This is awesome. Yeah, this will not be, I know my name is on it, but this will be our award, not my award, because I don't know. What will you win? Is it a plaque? I don't know the answer. Is it a golden trophy, Trump-esque? I have no idea. I don't know what it is. Is it a breakfast at the Waffle House? Who knows? We'll find out. But whatever it is, it's bragging rights, right? I don't know. Or is it? I don't even know what an audio caster is, but we'll take it. Sandy says, we need just 11,780 more votes. We can do it. Elise, you get nothing. By the way, Elise's voting is still open as well, I think, right, Elise? For the best chef. And I put that link again on the Mark Thompson Show fan discussion page on Facebook yesterday. I shared it again. So if anybody has the time to go throw down some votes for Elise, she's still in the running for the best chef. I can tell you those Carmelitas are something else, Elise. Good luck to you. I hope you win it too. We know you're the best chef. We know. Just guessing, says Yvonne. I don't know the official time tomorrow. Midnight is July 1st. Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe it is. I don't know. Sure is bragging right, says Susan. So exciting. All I have to do is type B in the Google search and the Audiocaster link comes up. That shows faith and dedication right there. Yeah. I remember when you said, if we even place, I know. Well, anything could happen, right? Don't want to count the chickens before they're hatched or the eggs before they're hatched or whatever. I hope you get pancakes and coffee. How cool is that? Anyway, really exciting. So I'll take that down now, but you guys are amazing. Look at that, 40,003 votes. Wow, super cool. Okay, we'll move forward because I have so many stories today. I don't know if you saw this guy, a purple seal. It's funny when I type in purple seal images, all these cartoon purple seals come up, but this one's real. A real purple seal spotted on the shores of the San Francisco Bay. State parks officials were scratching their heads trying to figure out, what? Is that for real? Did somebody go out there and color that thing? No. This was along the shore, a sea lion at Año Nuevo State Park in San Mateo County at Bite Beach, Bight. And the docents there, and I've been to the tour out there, It's really interesting with the sea lions, and they say it's kind of sad. You walk along the trails, and they say, part of this is natural selection. So you'll see baby sea lions out there, and you can't touch them, you can't help them. This is the way it is. This is survival of the fittest. Very interesting. But in this case, this elephant seal had this strange, bright purple color, and it was all over, flippers to tail. Wow. And so they stood there looking at this seal thinking, "What? What is happening? Is it something the sea lion is eating? Could it have been munching on sea urchins that maybe turned it purple? Is it bleeding internally? Like, what's the problem?" Scientists to the rescue. Love them. They say, "No, no, we figured this out. It's a bed of red algae that the seal happened to be resting on. And that's what makes it look purple." Light harvesting pigments that give the algae its crimson color can also leave a natural dye on the seals after this drifts ashore. And then when the seals return to the water, it gets all washed off. It's not an uncommon situation. It's been observed in sea otters off the coast of Monterey as well. And so that's what happened. Just the algae. That's all. The late spring and early summer, that's when most sea lions, or well, most elephant seals, I should say, molt. So it's elephant seals. And that's also, according to doctors and researchers with the Año Nuevo Reserve for UC Santa Cruz, it's when there's an abundance of algae that washes up on the beaches too. And that algae can temporarily dye the fur of the seals. When they lay on the algae for long periods, the color can become more extreme, and various species of red algae discolor the fur and can be particularly striking. That from Dr. Patrick Robinson, who told the publication SF Gate that that happens sometimes. He's the director of the Año Nuevo Reserve for UCSC. Yeah. The molting season goes from the beginning of April through the end of August. That's when the animals shed their outer layer of skin and fur to make way for a new coat. And you can go on self-guided walks to view the seals daily. It's a bit of a hike out there. A lot of hilly sand dunes, get up and around, but it's really worthwhile if you can make the trip. Very cool. But that purple seal is pretty interesting. Um, Here's something else interesting animal-wise. This little creature, this little kitty cat, was born with a lot of toes. 28 toes. Wild. Yeah. That's a lot of toes. This kitten in Michigan has tied a record for being born with the most toes. This veterinarian verifying the cat was born with 28 toes. The cat's name is Toby. He's 10 months old, kitten. Ties the record for the most toes on a cat, previously set by a Canadian cat named Jake in 2002. Most cats have 18 toes, and if they have extra toes, they're known as polydactyls. Lots of toes. So, yeah, we got a Guinness World Record for Toby with 28 toes. That's a lot of toes. Interesting cat feet. Did you see this story about the guy who opened up his truck door to find a bear in the passenger seat? Wait a minute. That's not what you want to find when you open the truck door. It's all caught on a home security camera in Colorado. This guy opens the door of his pickup truck and comes face to face with this bear. His name is Justin. He has a Nest camera at his house in Steamboat Springs. And I should say, yeah, the video shows this man's name is Andy Kerrigan. He opens the passenger door of his truck and boom, there's the bear right inside. Surprise! Looks like the bear climbed through an open window, ran around to the front of the truck, and did not exit through the open door, instead choosing to continue rooting around inside, looking for food inside the truck. So this guy in I don't know if you want to call it bravery or stupidity, grabs this wooden plank and then uses it to kind of scare the bear out of the car. That's taking an awful chance. The truck didn't appear to be seriously damaged. The bear wasn't seriously damaged, and neither was the guy. So I guess everything is okay there. But I can't even imagine. It just doesn't happen where I live. Oh, I have an update though. I have an update on the giraffe. Remember the missing giraffe in Texas? And we were all thinking, how do you miss a giraffe? They found the giraffe. I was thinking the only way you would miss a giraffe is if something bad happened to it and it was no longer standing up. But that is not the case. This giraffe was found safe after several days on the loose in Texas. A reticulated giraffe with round ears, been located about 4 miles from home. I don't know how it took 2 days. It seems like somebody would have spotted this giraffe earlier. Gracie the giraffe, located early in the morning on Friday, about 4 miles south of her home at Cedar Hollow Ranch. The sheriff's department was conducting aerial searches and finally found this giraffe. So a vet team went out to safely capture the giraffe and bring her home. The animal totally unharmed. They said she's fat and she's happy, and we're going to bring in a team and sedate her so we can move her. They said she had a catch me if you can, suckers kind of attitude. She's about 3.5 to 4 years old, Gracie is. She's lived at the ranch with other giraffes since May, and yeah, just somehow made her way out. But at least we know she's safe and she'll be headed back to where she belongs. I got this story, actually an update on the bald, is it bald? Sorry, the eagles, our eagles, you know. Why does the name escape me all of a sudden? The Luna the eagle. Yeah. Is it Mount Baldy? What is it? Why am I forgetting? Big Bear Valley. My bad. Why did I think bald eagle probably and Big Bear Valley? I have video because a couple of things happened in the nest over the weekend. One message I got was regarding one chick pushing the other out of the nest, and then one took flight. So a couple different things happened. One of the chicks accidentally fledged. She stepped onto a branch, and then one chick tried to jump over the other, and then one lost its balance, flapped down to some lower branches, and then ended up in some other tree. But all is well. Everything's okay with that. And then we have this video of the first flight. I don't know whether this is Sandy or Luna. Off she goes. How cool is that? Beautiful pictures from the Friends of Big Bear Valley camera. And you can see the eagles flying. How exciting. The fledging has begun. And the bird heads over to a tree where the dad eagle is waiting for it. You can see the dad there on the lower branch. Look at that. It's almost like when your teenager learns how to drive, and that's it. Off they go. This is a 13-week-old eaglet that flew to another tree where the dad was waiting. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool. The live cam, according to the Friends of Big Bear Valley, they've heard some distant vocals between Jackie, the mom, and who they think is Sandy, one of the chicks. They say that those two are more comfortable making their way around the habitat, and that the chicks have to come back to the nest still to eat, to sleep, to hang out. So they're still in the nest. It's not over yet, but it's been a busy weekend, and the fledging is beginning. So despite the emergency fledging, the accidental fledging where the one got accidentally bumped to a lower branch, it looks like everybody is okay. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Still kind of flapping those wings and stretching the wings. So beautiful. And I love the dad down below. I love the sounds they make. Okay, I could watch that forever. But I'm so excited. That's so cool. All right. We'll move on to another story because this one isn't so happy, sadly. I don't know if you saw this about this man who was pulled into the ocean by a crocodile. It happened in Puerto Vallarta. Here's a picture of the crocodile in Puerto Vallarta. I don't know if this is the exact crocodile, but this is one of the crocodiles in Puerto Vallarta. Apparently, they live in the sea. And this tourist went swimming, grabbed, pulled out to sea, done, killed by a crocodile. Yeah. The officials in Jalisco state say this 28-year-old man was visiting from Mexico City. He was at the Marina Vallarta beach at about 6:30 Friday evening at the nearby Marriott Puerto Vallarta Resort and Spa. There was a family enjoying the pool facilities when they heard screaming coming from the beach. And the parents here are really, really good swimmers. They thought this guy might have been caught in a riptide. So they get a kayak. They're going to try to go out there and rescue him. And then they realize there's a crocodile also in the water. They say they tried to throw a life preserver to him, but he appeared to be in shock and couldn't grab it. And the crocodile dragged the man down into the water and they never saw him come back up. The search and rescue teams were sent to the area to try to locate the animal and to try to find the missing man. They found the croc near Boca de Tomates, just up the beach from where the attack happened. And then the man's body was also found and was recovered as well. The problem with this is they said they didn't tell anybody it was dangerous. The tourists say the people that went out on the kayak to try to rescue them said they didn't tell us we shouldn't go swimming. Even that next morning, they walked down to the ocean, assuming the beach would be closed. The beach wasn't closed. No signs, nothing. So it's kind of like you're on your own there, with that. Really, really scary. I would never think there would be crocodiles in the ocean. Apparently, there's crocodiles in the ocean. Yeah. Mental note. Another fireball streaked across the sky. There it is. Big flash of blue light. Beautiful. Happened in the southern United States in the early morning hours. Sightings reported in Louisiana, Florida. Hi, Wes. Hi, Tammy. Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Texas. Hi, Rhonda. Fireball was caught on camera, multiple locations, just after 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. The American Meteor Society got more than 50 reports of sightings from multiple states, most of them, though, from southern Louisiana. They say that debris like this, it's space debris burning up while re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, creating this fireball. And the bright ones represent objects that are at least 3 feet in diameter. So they're still trying to figure out whether any pieces from this, what looks like a meteor, made contact with the ground on Sunday morning. But they sure put on quite a show. Really nice. What's putting on quite a show? Well, until they were pulled down. These lovely signs in Ottawa. They're supposed to be advertising public squares. They had the signs up in English and in French, but the French ones had a typo. Instead of publiques with an L, it's pubiques with no L, and so it says pubic squares. Whoopsies. Oh no. These purple posters explaining the uncommon spaces, well, that would match, will close off 3 sections of the center of the town area to create public squares or gatherings for events through the summer, actually until October, except for the typo. The signs were in multiple spots on Saturday. The executive director of Centertown Business Improvement Area said they've since been taken down. She said it was an unintentional translation error that made its way into production. And as soon as they became aware of it, they took steps to have it corrected. The city of Ottawa says, hey, we weren't involved in the creation of the posters. Not us. We didn't do it. The French Language Services Advisory Committee people for Ottawa are saying the mistake is unacceptable. We want to attract francophones. We want people from other areas to come here and participate in our events. And I think they'll think we're taking this a bit lightly when we make mistakes like publiques without the L. It's a typo. I mean, you'd think before they print the posters, though, they would have a couple more eyes go over it, right? Does that look all right to you? Maybe sometimes all you need to do is just, roll it past a few people in the office. Someone's going to notice. Placetas pubiques. That's an uncommon space, all right. I don't know. Here's an interesting story. I think it's an interesting story. Look at these little robot birds. They're little tiny kestrels. And the hope is that by using biomimicry, they could use these little tiny robot birds to help planes withstand really bad turbulence. Because in real life, the kestrel does these aerial maneuvers that are amazing. They rank as some of the most stable flyers in the world. They have evolved to handle Australia's gusty, sometimes violent winds. And the birds can really adjust in real time, hovering even in really adverse conditions. And that's difficult to mimic in airplane design. So the issue is that climate change is apparently making atmospheric turbulence worse. And they're trying to figure out ways to fight against it. Been working on a bunch of different things. But one of the researchers from the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology realized that birds don't rely on a single response to wind gusts. They are constantly adjusting their wings and tails to stay balanced. Matt Penn says while the natural flexibility of their feathers and joints help absorb sudden changes in the airflow. So they did wind tunnel tests focused on determining how attributes like wing extension and tail spread affect the force production and stability. And the team confirmed that coupling a kestrel's wing and tail extensions boosted lift performance and also reduced unwanted modulations at the same time. So they made this robot replica and said they were able to measure how specific movements were contributing to steadiness in flight. Many of the techniques have the potential to improve maneuverability of small aircraft, which encounter similar changes to these kestrels. So they want to use this research in the way that their robot kestrels were able to move to go look at the kestrel's ability to sense and interpret their environment. And they really hope that the way this will end up working is that they'll improve the navigation technology in addition to the structural adaptations on an airplane. They say the research shows what's possible when engineers look to nature for solutions. It's biomimicry. These kestrels have had it down for a long time. You would have thought we would have done this sooner, right? All right. Let's see. How about we go to the caves? Let's do caves before we do our lotto of the day. I have some really cool caves to show you today. We're going to Namibia for caves today. And the first cave we're going to is called Arnhem Cave. I have it. Hold on. There it is. That's Arnhem Cave. Oh, you ready to hide in there? I think so. This cave is dusty and dry with almost no secondary cave formations. When you go in this cave, you're allowed only a flashlight or a cave lamp to negotiate the large chambers and the winding passages of Arnhem Cave, which is still in a completely natural state. They say the lack of development here causes minimal disturbance of the bat population. It's extensive and diverse, the bat population. There's also some invertebrate species. 6 species of bats have been recorded in Arnhem. The giant leaf-nosed bat hangs out in there. And overnight accommodation is available at this site. You want to stay overnight in there with the bats? I don't know. It is a national monument. It's the third largest cave in Namibia. Oh, this is the third largest cave in Namibia. It's called the Gaub Cave. It's in the Otavi Mountains. Sorry, I switched over and didn't realize. Look at the colors in there. Isn't that beautiful? This is again, the national monument and the third largest cave in Namibia. You can visit the Gaub guest farm and then organize a guided tour from there with a designated guide. They'll have you wear a safety helmet with a miner's lamp. The cave is 38 meters in depth, 2.5 meters of chambers and passageways. There's petrified waterfalls, an organ pipe, rock curtains, interesting crystal growths to be seen there as well. I have another picture of it too, but the colors just really strike me. Kind of the beautiful oranges and the brightness of it. That's the Gaub Cave, Ghaub. Gorgeous. Here's the Dragon's Breath Cave. I think this is the one I'll be hanging out in. It's near Sumeb. It is the world's largest underground lake is in the Dragon's Breath Cave. The cave diving can be done, but only accessible to professionals and well-equipped cavers. Dragon's Breath Cave, the world's largest underground lake, right there in Namibia. Another well-visited cave in this area is the Phillips Cave. This one is pretty famous. It's in the Arongo Mountains north of Karbib. It contains a famous rock painting of a white elephant and also many others as well. Here's the white elephant inside. The cave is surrounded by a rock formation called Bull's Party because of its semblance to a group of cows gathering. That's the Phillips Cave. So we have the Arnhem, the Gaub, the Dragon's Breath, and the Phillips Cave. That's pretty cool. The other caves in Namibia, there's about 120 caves in this country that have been registered. And some of them are on private land, so you have to have permission before you visit other caves that are not on public land. And the visitors are also recommended, they say, to wear industrial dust masks when visiting caves with thick deposits of dry bat guano. And you're asked not to disturb the bats. I don't want to disturb the bats, especially during the wet season when they're breeding. They say there's something called cave disease, histoplasmosis. It's not been recorded in Namibian caves, but that's why they want you to wear these masks so you don't disturb anything and don't get sick. Interesting. They say the precautions keep Namibian caves uninfected and safe for casual visitors. I'll put on my mask and go down into the Dragon's Breath Cave for sure. And that is Hide in Your Cave Monday. Did you see one where you'd want to hide? Maybe this one. Hide in there for a while. I think I'll skip the Bat Cave. No, thank you. All right, it's time for Lotto of the Day. These old lottery numbers finally paid off for a guy in Ohio. He said he found this old non-winning lottery ticket in his car and thought, I'm going to play these numbers again. I'm going to give it another shot. The man said he'd given up on his old pick 5 numbers because they just failed to produce a winning ticket. But recently, he said he found an old ticket in the glove compartment of his car and decided to give the numbers another go. And he went to Mike's Convenient Food Mart in Cleveland and bought a winning ticket, won $25,000. He only bet 50 cents on it. And yeah, walks away with $25,417. So the hunch to play those old numbers paid off. Woohoo! Tomorrow on the Mark Thompson Show, David K. Johnston will be in the house. Sarah Kenzier will be in the house. It's going to be a really, really good show. Starts around about 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. See, I got it right that time. Ish. Maybe we'll push it a little further than that. I don't know. And then here on the After Party Live, it's Travel Tuesday. Do have a programming note, though. On Thursday, Glenn is going to put the drone up and see if we can't take some live shots of the area there in Australia where he will be along a river. So that'll be exciting as well. All right. Thank you for voting. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sarah's awesome. I know she's so good. Really love her. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. And please click like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will meet you right back here tomorrow. But until we meet again, make it the very best rest of your Monday. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
I forgot to put the picture up. More on this tomorrow. I didn't see this from Luis. Look at this. Kim, winners are introduced and celebrated at the annual Radio Day by the Bay event in Alameda. You get a trophy or a plaque. Look at that. Luis, coming in with the knowledge. Thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and thank you to Jim Slayton for the $5 super sticker that I didn't see before. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you also to everyone who contributes via PayPal. Let me just read you the names of the most recent contributors. Really appreciate it. Wes, Janet W, Donald S, Harold H, Jennifer L. Huge love. Thank you for supporting the After Party Live.